I'm Carl Medland, writer and director of Paranormal Hollywood Haunting.
And I'm Taz, the producer and also the editor of the film.
Does any spirit reside inside this house?
What we believe is unique about this film is like found footage but on steroids. It's got a real cinematic quality, but we wanted to reposition found footage for cinema, make it better shot, so we sort of placed it in a documentary style, but still shooting it on the smartphone, so the characters are still using the same tools. We did have drones as well, just to sort of establish the house, because the mansion was up in the Hollywood Hills, so we wanted to position that and showcase that as a central character. What I wanted to do was use everything that I've experienced personally, like having night terrors, having sleep paralysis, and I wanted to bring that to the film. I go in as a paranormal investigator and I do something called mapping, and that's where I just walk around the house and I listen to the house. But I didn't want to place it with established actors. I wanted to find people in LA that had actually experienced these things for themselves. People don't understand what's truthful and what's not, because this is where this film excels to other films that are out there. We're not going with shaky camera work. This is cinematic quality. I do believe as the smartphones have evolved, the technology has evolved, using drones, and we're capturing the house in its full glory.
Yeah, well, we're just trying to get the best out of the iPhone in such a cinematic way. That was my mission when filming it, and we're getting lots of feedback that it's so unique and it's just a different type of filmmaking, and it just makes our lives a lot easier when it is just for a small crew, a bit more contained. You haven't got to set up full-on lights, cameras, deal with the whole crew, which of course is amazing if you've got the budget, but it just gave us the flexibility, this film, to really just bring out the truths of the people involved.
I sort of position it as Paranormal Farm 1, 2 and 3, the trilogy. We left Paranormal Farm 3 hanging on a little bit of a cliffhanger. We had a call from Hollywood that we're going to go and solve somebody's paranormal activity there. It needed 3 films to tell the story, and the characters were well established in Paranormal Farm, and myself and Taz, what we wanted to do, we wanted to take this film and make it feel local to the American audience. A lot of our fan base comes from America, so we thought actually a lot of them were asking us online, can you do a film? Will you ever do one in Hollywood? And me and Taz were itching to get to Hollywood, so we thought, absolutely. Took a few years, but we've delivered to our promise. And we're not only that, but we're getting up close and personal to our non-actors, Arthur and Daniel. This is a Hollywood love story. And I think we're so conditioned to thinking this is how Hollywood love stories should look. But actually, this redefines love and its challenges and how they overcome the challenges. I mean, I know particularly Arthur, he had his own post-production company, Verito Video, and he worked with Disney. He did special effects for Terminator 2, Independence Day, Groundhog Day. So we're capturing his story, but he was closeted at the time.
Yeah, that must have been really difficult. And he also worked at the White House for 2 years, didn't he? And, it talks about that in the film, about how difficult it was to keep that all in.
Sometimes when you're looking at personal stories and how we overcome the horrors of real life, I think that's much more scary than like the old slasher films of Hollywood. This is real people.
It is, and the fact that people had to conceal a lot of their own identity and genuine feelings, it was very interesting to bring that out in Hollywood.
Yeah.
You just wouldn't think Hollywood veterans like Arthur would be hiding such.
Yeah, well, he's 92 years old, and I mean, this really is a nod to old Hollywood. And I think if you look back about the challenges he overcome, where he was working at the White House, working with the big studios, the big players, and having to conceal his true identity. That's just one aspect. And then when we're looking and shining light on Daniel's mental health challenges with paranoid schizophrenia, and actually Daniel, like myself, had real obstacles he had to overcome with night terrors, sleep paralysis, not knowing whether the haunting was real or whether it was part of the mental challenge and mental health challenges that he was trying to facilitate at the time.
And he's got his own book as well. Well, loads of books. 10 books he's written, hasn't he? Obviously, The Vendetta House.
Yeah, we shone a light on the Vendetta House because, after all, the main player of this film was the house. And the legacies within the house, and the horror within the house of the past and the history.
It's just all linked to the lake, the house, his book, and obviously we don't want to give too much away, but as you'll see in the film, it's all connected.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes this film so unique, is it's this film is really telling real stories. Daniel was living life on the streets of Hollywood. Arthur met him, picked him up on the streets. Daniel was selling himself because he was homeless. He was struggling with his paranoid schizophrenia. So Daniel was particularly vulnerable, allowing us to get up close and, truthful about his mental health challenges.
Very lucky they were willing to open up to us about that. And again, it just gives the story a really good, interesting, authentic feeling when you can talk about people's past, and if they give you permission to talk about it, and they're very nice like that, aren't they?
Well, I think film is about shaping the hearts and minds, and I think that's what's unique about their love story. So not only is it a love story, there's horror, there's real life horror, real life challenges, and the house with the haunting that's going on in the house, we had to tell that story, and it just married together so well. We had all the ingredients for something quite unique.
It's not celebrity driven, it's just real stories, real people, and it's just a unique way of filmmaking which we really enjoy.
It really is co-creation at its best, and that's not just us co-creating, but we include Danny and Arthur in that, and the other people that were in the film. It really was a team project and a real passion project. It's always been my dream since I was about 8 years old to go to Hollywood and shoot a horror film. I guess even from a young age, I was always watching American horror films, and they inspired me. And I think the best films, like you think Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Psycho, Nightmare on Elm Street, Halloween, Friday the 13th. I mean, the list goes on and on. Another, selling point of this film is Daniel loves horror just like us.
Yes.
We all
we
connect
should
on
talk
horror.
about some of the houses we went to. We actually did go to the Halloween house in the film, for real. Like, we went there and we
Elm
spoke
Street.
about it. Elm Street, my favourite film. I grew up to the Freddy Krueger films, running around my dad's camera, getting my friends together, putting fake blood all over their face when I was 8 years old. I know it's not, what most kids do, but
Yeah. Well,
grew up.
every horror has a home. I think if you can house horror, give it a heart, give it a location, and have interesting characters, everything falls into place. What is good is we weren't restrained by the currency of money. What we had in our favour was creativity, time and commitment and passion. And on streaming platforms at the moment, we're inundated with documentaries. They're really getting high views at the moment. If I go to any top 10, I see at least half of them are documentaries, more so than some of the films. I love working with Taz. We first met at the screening of one of your horror films, Crossland.
Oh yeah,
And it's that film that was the instigator for Paranormal Farm 1, 2 and 3.
It was indeed. Paranormal Farm 2, I was starring in it, which wasn't expected, was it? I was filming it, so...
I think what the audience loved was our off-screen chemistry. Taz brought on screen, so it's that banter, that sense of adventure that I think sometimes the shades of light dark you need in horror films.
Yeah, I think you needed an extra actor just to fulfill a scene, and it kind of worked out naturally, didn't it?
Somebody I could offload a lot of my rage onto.
Yeah, I think that's what we were like, because we do have a bit of a laugh, don't we? And we have fun.
I guess the fans really responded to was the banter. I mean, we've done 5 feature films together now.
I'm not an actor, by the way. I was just happened to be in it, filming it, and it just ended up being something that it shouldn't have been. I think what I love about the way Carl works is that in the moment, if an actor does something completely unexpected or shares a really deep bit of storytelling, you will pick up on that quite quickly, won't you? And you will get more out of it, or you will work a story around that. And I think that's where the authenticity comes in and makes it more believable and real, isn't it?
Directing in this situation, I guess the best skill I can have in this situation is to listen and to respond. There could be a situation that played out, we'd capture it in a spontaneous moment, and then we'd react. And it's in that reacting that the script was born.
Does any spirit reside inside this house?
We're not in Kansas anymore, Taz. Hello!
Hi!
It's quite a powerful energy here. The energy is getting stronger. Look,
Get me out of
you're
here.
supposed to be here to record me. Tune into this.
Okay, you carry on as you were.
But we're here to do a paranormal investigation. Don't leave me doing it by
But you're
myself.
used to this more than
I
I
brought
am.
you as a camera operator, Taz.
Oh! There was definitely someone there.
There's something connecting this house to the water. Never felt such power.
Sometimes I feel like there's someone or something here with me, and I just don't know what it is or where it's coming from.
We've made contact.